Hello and welcome back to another weekly bump date. My name is Lara Proud. I'm a registered nurse and I'm the owner of Beyond the Bump Education. This week we're going to talk about baby's head positioning and why the different positions in the pelvis actually make a huge difference when it comes to your labor and what to expect. So first things first, I wanted to show you a little bit about what you are actually experiencing right now. So this baby is in what we call the OA or occiput anterior position, and this is considered to be the ideal position for baby's head to be in. As you can see, the top of their head right here is closest to your cervix and your vaginal outlet. What this is going to do is actually allow for the most narrow part and the heaviest weight, because as you can see, gravity is actually pulling down, putting all of the weight onto baby's head right there. So this is going to be one of the optimal positions that you're going to want to see baby in. Now, using the pelvis and the baby model, which I've drawn the fontanelles onto the head, this is going to be where that OA position is going to be. So this is that part of the fontanelle. This is the very kind of top and back piece of the head that is really, really ideal to be able to have pointed right down directly at the cervix. I'm going to show you a couple other positions that might help to explain what some of the other presentations or fetal presentations you may see. So this is what the position looks like when you are seeing the OA or occiput. This is the occiput, this is the bone there, anterior, which means to the front. So this is the front of the pelvis. This is going to be what baby's presentation is going to be looking like. Their back is going to be up against your belly. So this would be the front of your belly here, and you're going to actually see baby's back up along it. And they're going to be looking towards your back. So the reason why this is so good for a labor position is because it actually allows, again, this more narrow part of the head to sit on the cervix. It puts the most pressure on it using body weight and gravity, and it helps that cervix to dilate. Some of the other positions that you may see would be baby looking sideways or transverse. So it could be on either direction. Baby could also be in a position called sunny side up or occiput posterior. And this is when baby's actually looking at your belly. So one of the things that you see in this case, when baby is sitting on the cervix, more than likely they're going to have their head flexed up a little bit. What you want to see in delivery, if at all possible, is that you have that occiput anterior position with the top of their head in kind of the most narrow part where the fontanelles close across each other. And then you want to see that baby is going to actually be kind of in a chin tucked down position. This again allows all of that pressure to go in that one place, and it allows for the narrowest part of their head to go in. So what can you do to be able to help baby get into that OA position as you're approaching labor? One of the things that you can do is absolutely use gravity. So using a gravity assisted position, something like being on all fours, is actually going to pull baby to the front of your belly because this part is going to be the heaviest, right? So they're going to naturally just swing down into that position. So their back is up against the outer part of your belly. And so when you think about it, if your arms are kind of up on the side of the couch and you're kneeling on the side of the couch, or if you're on your hands and knees, you let your belly just drop, you relax all those muscles and you breathe, and it allows that gravity to kind of help baby shift into that optimal position. Sometimes there can be a huge imbalance with the pelvic floor muscles, or it could be that baby's head is just kind of in a little bit of a crooked position, and it's a little bit more difficult to get baby out of the position they were in and into this more ideal position. But it can be something that you fix. You may just need to reach out to your care provider. You may just have to get a couple of ideas. If you are in the Empowered Birth course, I go through in quite a bit of detail how to get baby into that optimal position and tons of positions that you can use and try to be able to unengage the baby from your pelvis if they're down really, really low, and then be able to kind of go back into your pelvis in a really good position that is going to be optimal for birth. Now, I keep saying optimal. What in the world do I mean by this? Basically, what I want you to understand is that there are many, many different ways of giving birth to a baby. Baby does not have to be in just this one OA position. It is possible to give birth in many different positions. The reason why it is considered optimal is because it actually shortens your labor. It places the most pressure from the top of a baby's head into that cervix in the right spots, which triggers the release of the oxytocin hormone and helps your contractions to be a little more consistent. So when your contractions are consistent, your labor is a little bit faster. When there's enough pressure on the cervix, it helps it to soften and thin and dilate that much faster. Pushing is also going to be a little bit easier if the top of baby's head is in that position, because if there's any type of flexion, so say this is the part that's up against the cervix and their chin is up a little bit, it makes that head a little bit wider. It makes it just a little bit harder for that to come out. It is certainly not impossible, but if at all possible, you do want to be thinking about what you can do ahead of time. So while you are still pregnant and not in active labor, to be able to get baby into that really good position so you don't even have to think about it. So what can you do from here? Basically, there's a couple of options. One of the things that you want to focus on, again, is going into those gravity-assisted positions. If you don't know what they are and you are currently expecting, please reach out. This is something that I cover in depth and talk about quite often in the Empowered Birth course. We'd love to have you in and join and really be able to understand how to make your labor go as quick as possible and how to have this process be as smooth as you can, while also being informed of all of your choices and empowered in what your decisions are going to be. The other option too, go to your pelvic floor physiotherapist, talk to your healthcare providers, and use all of us together as a team of resources that are really going to be able to help promote your birth to be the best experience possible. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I hope that you've learned a little bit. I would love to answer any questions. So if you have some, please drop them in the comments below and let me know if there's anything you need.